something that conservatives like to harp on quite a bit is this idea of a marriage federal tax penalty. And, oh my goodness, these poor people, they're not getting married because it costs more to be married in taxes than it does to stay single. This is not a thing. This, for the huge, for almost everyone, there is no marriage tax penalty. So I'll give the spoiler right off the top. If there is a single woman making what probably most everyone across the United States, most people would regard as a fine income of, say, $120,000 a year, and a single man who is making $120,000 a year also, and they get married, there's a good chance, all other things being equal, and there's taxes are complicated, but all other things being equal, there's a possibility that their taxes are going to go up. There's a pretty good possibility, depending upon their itemized deductions and so many other things that are going on. But who in the world would say that their situation has become worse? Their household income, because she was a household by herself, he was a household by himself, and they were both, I think we said $120,000 each. Their household income has just gone to $240,000 from $120,000. Their household income has doubled. It does not take twice as much heat to heat two people as one. It does not take two houses now that you have two people instead of one. One of them can let go of the place they were living in. So one mortgage or one rent can go away. Yes, they'll probably use twice as much water, or pretty nearly. But it is not true that two can live as cheaply as one, but my goodness, two can live a lot more cheaply than two people living separately. And their financial situation has become inestimably better, even though their taxes for the marginal amount that they've gone up to the next tax bracket, that amount that has gone up to the next tax bracket will be taxed at a higher rate. So their taxes have gone up some. Their actual position, their actual financial state they would not regard themselves as having been, we've been penalized, we shouldn't get married. Good night. If it's not worth it, if it's that important for you to get away with paying a few $1,000s more taxes when you're gaining $100,000 in income, then boy, are those priorities screwed up. But again, here's the point. Very, very few people are a single man and a single woman earning $120,000 each and getting married. What is far more normal? Far more normal is when a husband and wife get married, one of them makes substantially more than the other. Now, it's by no means scientific, and this is off topic, but for the people I know where the husband and wife both work full time, the wife makes substantially more than the husband. I don't know why, and maybe that's just the crowd I run with. But I have some theories about that. But that's just the case. But the bottom line is, when there is a husband and wife and they get married, one of them is going to be making substantially more than the other, both prior to their getting married and after they get married. In that situation, there is no tax penalty. Say a person who's making $300,000 a year. Woohoo! That for me sounds like a lot of money. And he marries a woman and she does not work. She does all kinds of wonderful things. She benefits his life inestimably. But she does not work. And they do fine. With the man's income, they do more than fine. His taxes are going to go down. The marriage penalty does not exist for the huge number of people, for the great majority of people getting married, for almost everyone getting married. There is no tax penalty. Okay, we've dealt with 2 higher wage earners. Now there's been a very good wage earner and a non-wage earner. What about 2 poor people? Say you have a woman, single mom, 2 children, and she is scraping. She's making $20,000 a year doing the best she can. Why? Because she has 2 little children. They get sick a lot. She has to stay home and take care of them. Nobody else is. She can't afford to pay $100 a week in childcare. So she's doing the best she can. And all of a sudden, a man falls in love with her, and he's making $45,000 a year. That's not very much. But now they get married. Now, prior to this, the woman was able to claim the per child and additional per child tax credit, which not only reduced her taxes, which were already from her standardized deduction at 0 for federal, but that per child and additional per child tax credit is a refundable tax credit. So she was picking up some thousands of dollars every year from her per child tax credit. Now she's married. They're married filing jointly. She is going to lose a portion of her child tax credit. And so you could say, all other things being added together along with his $45,000 of income, oh no, her tax bill has gone up. It's a marriage penalty. Well, only if you're stupid would anyone call that a marriage penalty. Her income has just gone from $20,000 to $65,000, and I will guarantee you that will make a huge difference in her life. And you might say, oh my goodness, she's going to get married. That means she's going to stop working, and the $20,000 of income is going to. That is because they have the option of even talking about her stopping work. This is a marriage benefit, a marriage financial benefit that she has accrued. Besides the fact that she gained a husband. I've heard it said that it's a wonderful thing to have a man around the house. And if you gain a good husband, this is a wonderful one. Her children have just gained a father. How important is that? I don't know. A lot of people say it's extremely important. But if you gain a good husband and a good father for your children and $45,000 a year, is she going to be sitting around saying, boo-hoo, I've been penalized for my taxes and I don't think I should get married to this man who loves me because I'm going to miss out on some of my per child and additional per child federal tax credit. No! She is going to be so thrilled that she can finally breathe. They might be able to afford a house instead of whatever place she can possibly live in at $20,000 a year with 2 children. I don't know where. She'll be, shoot, they might be able to go out to eat every once in a while. You can make life go on $65,000. Shoot, if you live on spaghetti and hot dogs and macaroni and cheese, you can make life go at $45,000 and keep even more of your per child tax credit. And you go to church potlucks, and when the church potluck is over, you look around and you say, wonder what's going to happen to all this food. And you can go home with a boatload of food to feed your family. I'm afraid from many, many years ago, I know whereof I speak. There, for this marriage tax penalty, no, none of the couples getting married who actually experience the tax penalty are being penalized. The only penalty is that, which isn't a penalty, the only thing that's happening is their income is going up. So yeah, their taxes are gonna go up. Boo-hoo for you. Your income just doubled. I'm so sad that your taxes went up $2,500 a year. Is that going to cause anyone to refrain from marrying somebody that they care about and profess that they love? Oh no, I can't marry you. My taxes are going to go up, and I don't care that my income is going to double or triple. I just am so fixated on my federal taxes, I don't care about you or the benefits you give me in my life. But this is, I don't know. Conservatives will always believe people to be nasty, nasty people. Oh my goodness, are we going to provide some benefit for poor people? Don't you know that nasty poor people are always going to take advantage and try to steal from you? And yet, how much more prevalent is it for the highest wage earners on Wall Street to issue really fraudulent loans to people who are so anxious to buy houses and make huge, obscene amounts of money and then expect to be bailed out by the federal government so they can collect, once again, after they've stolen the money, they can still collect huge bonuses from their concerns. There is no penalty for getting married. This is something made up by conservatives to cause people to think, oh, marriage is in trouble. We need to defend marriage. What is it you sometimes hear conservatives say? The only people that are anxious to get married are people who are gay. That's a lie in the first place, and it's stupid in the second place. But if it fits on a bumper sticker, we're gonna go for it because it's easy to remember and the credulous will always be taken in.